selling naked puts on SPY can make you rich, but you need to know which strike price to choose, which month to choose, and which platform to choose so you can maximize your money and make at least $100. Let's get started. I would like to sell SPY so I can retire. My name is Ziv. I like to sell naked options. I use Tasty Trade because the buying power is so much less than Robinhood that wants you to do cash secured. If you want to put $5,000-$6,000 on the line instead of $50,000 on the line, stay tuned. Let's get to it. So we got SPY. I don't use indicators. I use math. I use statistics. I also don't like to sell naked options on SPY. I use ES Future. Check my other videos. So much more efficient, so much more income. But many of you like to sell options on SPY and retire and do the wheel. We're gonna use Tasty Trade. You're gonna search SPY. I'm using the ATR. The ATR is the average move of the SPY or any stock that you choose in the last 14 days on average. You see the price here, 557. If I take this number, I know that the SPY have moved $5.57 on average. It's not an exact number. On average, every day in the last 14 days. We had election, all that stuff. I think it's after the election now. Last 14 days we moved about $5. Now you see the price is 600, so it's not a lot. It's really not a lot. $5 up or down in the last 14 days. What do? I sell naked options so far out of the money that I collect the income, and if the price drops down to me, then I'll be happy to own it. What do? I multiply that number again. No RSI, MACD, Bollinger Band, Strange Line, none of that. I multiply this by 8. I have a number of 44. Let's call it 45, 40, 45. And this is about the range that I would like to be a seller of naked puts on SPY. So I'm going to take this number, 600, okay? 600 minus 45. This is the number that we got from ATR. And now I know that I'm going to go to SPY. Naked puts. I focus on the monthly just because you can do it on the weekly, but the income will be a lot less. I sell the monthly, so if there is a correction to the downside, there's still time to go to the upside, etc., etc. And I don't have to share $50,000 on the line as cash secured put to collect $100 on Robinhood. This is why Tasty Trade is so efficient. Let's go over the trade, and before that, all the indicators that I use. 8 ATR, simple math, simple statistics, don't overcomplicate it. Make sure the TTM squeeze or this version S-tick squeeze is right here, is in a green line. If it's in the red line, it means it's about to squeeze, and here, that's not good. IVR, if you watch my channel, again, as you can see, there's a theme in here. It's not RSI, it's none of the most popular indicators. IVR, implied volatility, rank, ratio, I don't know what the R stands for, but I know that this number 12 is very low. It means that if it's low, I should be an option buyer. But for this tutorial, I'm just showing you how to do it and how not to put $50,000 on the line just to collect $100. Put 6, 5, 6, 7,000 on the line. Instead, when you use Tasty margin account, completely different story, and collect the same $100. That is the key. Now you see this number 12. I like this to be above 50. If it's above 50, means the options are more expensive. If it's under 50, theoretically you should be an option buyer, which you could be if you assume that we'll have a Christmas rally and all that. I'm just not into buying calls. I just like to sell, sell, and collect income so it can supplement my income, etc., etc. Hopefully, will help us all retire, quit our 9 to 5. Now, the next one is the Kettler channel. 8 times the Kettler channel, actually 4 times because the default is 2. But I changed the settings here to Lang 50. It was 20 and factor 8. I think it was 2 at the beginning. And you see here the Kettler channel times 8 needs to trade around the blue line, let's say 90% of the year. This is a daily chart. All of this is daily chart. I don't use 15 minutes, all that. I like to trade less, maybe 2 trades a day max, something like that. Depends on the volatility, premium, on all that, and of course margin requirement. If it goes to the red line, which is the super high Kettler channel, you see here SPY at 625, that means we are so overbought, it needs to go back to earth. Now we're at 600 at psychological level, but just an FYI, there's a line here at 625. Of course, it's not set in stone, but I know that if we are going to 625, give or take, I'm gonna load on puts. Just buy SPY puts. That's when I buy that's the only time when I either buy puts is if we are at the top of the range, or 536 in here, which is the green line at the bottom of the range. Now remember, we found 555, which is about here. I don't know, 8 times the ATR. The green line to actually buy SPY long term or calls or just buy calls is at 535, 537. Just an FYI, according to the Kettler channel, nothing else. Let's go over the trade. We have a number in line, 555, and again, if you are selling SPY options on Robinhood, you will collect the same income. Link below for Tasty, but you will have to put 50,000 on the line, $55,000 on the line to collect the same, give or take $100. I don't want that. I want to put on the line like, I don't know, 20% of that, like less than 10,000, and collect the same $100. It's much more efficient. So let's go over the trade. When I clicked on trade, I'm at 555. I have picked December 24 days. It's not a lot of time left. In about a week or so, I will probably start selling options for the members area, link below. By the way, at the end of this video, I'll give you a quick update what's next before the Thanksgiving and stuff. 24 days, about 20 days. Tasty said in 21 days start closing all the position, managing the position that you opened a month ago at around 45-50 days, which we have a lot of those. But for me, yeah, it's about 18-20 days, 2-3 weeks to expiration. I start closing if it's close to the money. If it's so far out of the money, I just let it expire worthless. The 555 right now is the number. Remember, this is the number that we found from 8 times the 8 times the ATR. S&P is at 600. If we're selling 555 naked puts, okay, that's about, I don't know, 10%, 9% drop in like 3 weeks or so. We are getting an income. Let's pay attention to the trade. $80 income. Buying power affected $8,300. Would you rather listen to all the YouTubes, the big YouTubes that are telling you sell cash secured puts on Robinhood, on SPY, put 50,000 on the line to make $80, $100 every month, or the same trade with Tasty Trade, specialized software for options? Go watch their channel. They have videos for over a decade. A lot of people love this platform, but Robinhood is the popular platform on YouTube. I have a small account, so people don't pay attention or trust me. They trust the big accounts that promote $50,000 as a buying power to collect the same $80 or some random basically trade ideas, whatever strike price. I do simple stuff, 8 times the ATR, and that's it. 8 times the ATR and about $8,000 buying power instead of 55,000. How crazy is this? How crazy is this? The only time that you will need to put $50,000 on the line, $50,000 on the line, if it SPYs around 555, okay, in expiration day, December 20, about 2 hours before the close on Friday. At that point, you will either close the trade, or if you want to get assigned at the SPY at 555, 100 shares, then and only then you will need 50,000 in your account, 55,000. We have a delta of 6. We have 26,000 open interest, so this is very liquid. 79.80 is very efficient. SPY is very efficient. Collect $80. I mean, if you want to go to the $100, you can just go here to the 560, 562. It's up to you. This is still delta 8, and this is still about 8% from here, which is about 6 ATR. Okay, it doesn't have to be 8 ATR. If I don't collect the $100 completely, if I don't collect the $100, I just don't do the trade. This is a little too late to take the trade, 24 days to expiration. But if you do, let me show you another thing from Tasty, something very nice. We are here at around 600. The brown line, this is where the market makers are thinking of an expected move for the next 24 days. The market makers, I don't think you have that feature on Robinhood. And don't get me wrong, I love Robinhood for yield max only. Yield max only. The margin requirement is completely different than Tasty. Tasty is a lot more reserved when it comes to yield max, but a lot more flexible when it comes to margin requirement for selling options. Not for buying, but for selling options. So let's go back to the topic. The market makers are expected a down move max to 586 right here. This is where the brown line ends. It's not exact science, but this is the expected move. And if you scroll back, you see here 576, 577. This is one standard deviation. You see this dotted line, one standard deviation, 575. We're selling even further, and we're going to 562 if you want, or as we did the 8 ATR, the $80, 555 is almost here, the dotted line, 2 standard deviation away from where it is. If SPY drops almost 10% in the next 3 weeks, including holidays, including all of that, yeah, it will be a problem. If it doesn't, I'll collect the $80, $100 if you change the strike a little bit. But just in general, this is my thought process. This is how I would trade SPY, which I don't like to do it. I like to sell ES futures. I've done a video a couple of days ago, collect like 5 times more the income and around the same buying power. But the end goal, would you like to go to Robinhood and put $50,000 on the line to collect $80, or would you like to put $8,000 on the line and collect the same $80? The choice is yours. Subscribe. By the way, on Thanksgiving, I'm opening Skool.com, free community. I will make a free course to begin with, just Tasty trade tutorials, all that stuff, so to get you set up on Tasty the right way. After that, we'll do all the trade ideas that are in the link below. We'll go there as well, free or paid, I don't know, probably a mix. But I will make, first of all, a course for the free community about tutorials, what is a naked put, how to set up Tasty, all the stuff that are not on YouTube. It's gonna be a free community, moving from where I started, like a online digital store, to something that Alex Hormozi promotes and all that. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's build this. This channel is like 3 weeks old. I got like over almost 300 plus subscribers. Thank you for that. I guess there is value in what I'm trying to teach. I'll see you next time. Yeah.